And now, 4A Division 1.
This is going to be a loaded field right here.
This is a loaded field. I will say, though, I think the headline here is, are we destined for a rematch?
Yeah.
From pretty much about week 6 on.
Yeah.
We looked at 4A Division 1, and there looked like there were 2 teams that had separated themselves. And if you're a 4A Division 1 fan, they come as no surprise to you. They're the teams that played for a title last year.
Yeah.
It's Argyle and it's Waco La Vega. Both are unbeaten. Both are unchallenged. Both have been excellent all year long. It looks like, from the outset, we may be destined for a rematch of Argyle and Waco La Vega. Now, there are a lot of potential landmines here.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Argyle's got to get through a couple of tough teams, including Abilene Wiley, who always plays Argyle tough. They got to get through a squad maybe like Decatur. I'm very high on Decatur.
Yeah.
Or maybe they run into a team like Andrews and Leveland, who just score in droves.
Yeah, or you're like me, that you think they'll end up in that district rematch against Sanger.
That's also possible. Another team that's very dangerous. If you're looking at Waco La Vega, to me, they've already beaten every team that's going to give them the biggest challenge in Region 4.
I think so.
Because District 13 is, in my opinion, the best district in Region 4. But they could be running into China Spring again in a regional final, and China Spring and La Vega have a history.
Yeah.
They have a history.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch out for.
And if you believe, this is something I look for in all my brackets, too, when I'm going through them. If you watch enough football, you know teams have to play each other twice every season. Some of those rematches are going to go the other way, even though you may not think they will. And that's one of those ones where it was a close game the first time. If China Spring can figure out a few ways to break a few big plays, that could be a lot closer.
Region 3 in 4A Division 1 is, in my view, the deepest.
Yeah,
and this is the third time I've said this about Brock. It's the most unpredictable. You've got Kilgore.
Yep.
You've got Stafford.
Yep.
You've got Bridge City. You've got let's see. You've got Houston North Force, who's very underrated.
Very under the radar, yeah.
Carthage and Silsbee are playing in a first-round matchup. El Campo, Henderson, a lot of different kind of possibilities there in Region 3. There's a very deep. And Region 2 is the wild card region. Okay,
it's hard.
There are so many teams that you don't have to think real hard to imagine them into playing for a state semifinal, playing the state semifinal. Between kind of favorites like Van or Kennedale, to teams that you can dream on, like Midlothian Heritage.
Yeah, they're very much like the Cedar Ridge Bowl. Don't know that they aren't supposed to be here. That might be their trick.
Like Carrollton, Ranchview, or Mineral Wells, whoever comes out in that by-district matchup. Alvarado and Springtown are 2 really underrated teams. Region 2 is the wild card region. If you expect Argyle to come out of Region 1, you can't project who's on the other side of that. Right. There's too many interesting facets there. The 3 contenders there, we talked about the top 2, Argyle and La Vega. They are, to me, they look like they may be destined for a rematch. But if you want somebody to get in the way, it's probably El Campo. Yeah.
I would throw China Spring in there with them too. I think China Spring has a shot still.
I think you're absolutely right. They played La Vega the closest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go with El Campo as far as my as far as my third contender there. They're probably my pick. They're my pick to come out of Region 3.
Yeah.
But I think that it's very, very close. If you're looking for a sleeper, we mentioned them. It's Midlothian Heritage. This team lost their first game of the year, and they've rattled off 9 straight. They are hot. They've got a great coach in Lee Wigginton. They've got a draw that is unpredictable.
Yep.
And that you kind of need a little bit of chaos to catch some breaks. They could see that chaos. I think Midlothian Heritage is your sleeper in 4A Division 1.